Hey everyone, and welcome to the Cyberpunk channel. Today we are changing the batteries on the Toshiba Portege X30T-E, which is a slim factor computer. As you can see here, it's pretty small. And with good combinations of a thin keyboard, which also use or as a protection for the screen, and also easier carriage when using it as a portable PDA sort of iPad, but it's still a computer. And you are using the back portion of the screen as support in order to have it as a fully functional laptop, and also has magnetized sockets, which makes it possible for changing the outlets and adapters. And you have a small USB-C entry here as well. You usually use the right side, which is located here, but it's very restricted to traditional ports and stuff that you should need when you're on the go, especially for me, and this is a work computer. I usually prefer to use the thin bottom for this device. There is also a hard bottom, which has a lot of more features. It also has an extra battery, and those traditional ports that you really need in order to jack into projectors and USB equipment, and even a normal wired network connection. Also with hooks and magnets, and also the USB-C, as you can see there. However, that's the only really most functional battery in this device. These also have problems of keeping charge. I've experienced several. So usually, in order to make those batteries come back to life, is to have it offline for a very long time, maybe for a month, and trying to discharge it as much as possible in order to make the battery relive itself and recalibrate again as you charge it. But this one is actually very fully functional, but I'm not satisfied with this old battery in the top portion of this computer. It's really limited in order to have a lot of performance or having it online for a very long time, which is usually a couple of hours at work. But it is possible to get a change for that battery, which is this portion, as you can see in the serial, which can be ordered from Toshiba, but also from other companies. So I'll be opening this up, and I will also instruct you how to open this portion and try to protect the screen in order to get the protection part off. And usually you use pretty simple tools to get this done. I usually use just a normal screwdriver, flat, preferably very small. Also for those normal star screws. It's also very good to use a ruler, just to get inside from the it's hard to record the rivet that goes here. As you can see, it's pretty small. I usually start at one of the corners and gently bend up the screen so it pops out from the plastic connectors that keeps everything together. So what I will be doing right now is taking this part here, remove the screws, which are located here at the bottom and on the sides. And also you have this part here. You can also remove these in order to get the back brace off. It's not something I would do in this particular moment of just changing the battery, but it could be useful if you need to get everything off easier. But you can also use this as a handle in order to pop everything off, so it's up to you. So onward to releasing all the screws. So here you have it, all the screws are off, and you can see that the screen portion is already popping off. Could be because this laptop is very well used by now, so it could also be a bit bent just because of all the stress and usage of the whole thing. But I usually go like this. So you put the ruler in the rivet, you can see here. You can start whatever. Here it already popped off, so I'll just go slowly like this and get everything off. It's hard to do this with one hand, so I'll be doing that the entire way here at the side and on the other side, and it will pop off. And as we continue, you can see that the whole portion has just popped off really nicely. Also try to check out, oh, sorry, fell off, to check the fan for any dust and hopefully no gravel. And this portion here, as you see, it's really easy to just move around. It's pretty much workspace here. You also have the connector here, also really easy to move. You don't really need to disconnect this part because you're supposed to change the battery portion. I can already see why the screen has already been bent, as you could imagine from the instruction I just gave, because when you check out the other battery to replace it with, it's completely flat. So this is failing pretty hard. It is pretty bulged up on both sides. So it was time to change this, without a doubt. So what you have here is just a couple more screws over here and over there and over here, and that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna remove the old one and exchange it with a new one. And when you have removed all the screws and makes everything loose and easy to move, you have this connector, which is located underneath the protection bracket here, and also have a bit of a plastic under top. I broke this a bit, it doesn't matter, it's just there for protection, but you can just lift this one up, and this connector here you lift straight upwards, no pulling, it's just upwards, and you can use that to you can use a screwdriver to open up slowly and push all the cables upwards in case it's too stiff to get out. So I'll be doing that, and I need to use both hands for that as well. So there we go. The battery is in position. I haven't screwed it in yet. I just wanted to show that the connecting cable is flat on here, and what I did is just put the cable right on the connector and push by finger, not using a tool, listening to 2 clicks because it's supposed to get in that socket over there and get in the other socket on the other side. It's pretty small. You can see barely a rivet on each side, and you just push it with your finger and then it's in. So everything back in position, everything is screwed right back in there, as you can see here. And just make sure that all the connectors are where it's supposed to be before you close the lid, so to speak. This will shut by itself. And pretty much very easy to reassemble everything. You just push everything around here so it clicks back into place and reapply all the screws again. All right, so the thin bottom is on, which doesn't have a battery. And I will reconnect just to show you that everything is working as it should after installation. There we go. And power. And there we have it, fully functional computer again. And what you should do from this point of the tutorial is to have it connected to a charger over the night. It's usually the best thing to do with a new battery, so it gets fully loaded and fully calibrated to the computer. And that's that. A very simple switch of battery for this Toshiba model.